right now, Aaron Rodgers is here to stay. The record-setting new deal he agreed to as the Packers look to get back to the Super Bowl. Also, the president announces a ban on Russian oil in the U.S. A look at the growing public pressure that forced him to make the move. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. After almost a full year of questions about his future with the Packers, it looks as if Aaron Rodgers will be staying in Green Bay. According to Ian Rappaport of the NFL Networks, Rodgers has agreed to a 4-year, $200 million contract that would make him the highest paid player in NFL history. $153 million of that total is guaranteed. Pat McAfee, who routinely hosts Rodgers on his talk show, also confirmed Rodgers' return to Green Bay. Shortly after the Packers' elimination from the playoffs, Rodgers indicated that he would not take as long as he did last year to make a decision on whether he would return. Now the focus shifts to star wide receiver Davante Adams, who may get a franchise tag by the organization. AAA says gas prices hit a nationwide average of more than $4.17 a gallon today. That is the most expensive gas has ever been. And today the president is announcing a new Russian oil ban, which will likely drive those prices up even further. All of this comes as the war in Ukraine is having its biggest effect on innocent civilians. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President Biden announced the U.S. is now banning Russian oil imports into the country.
That means Russian oil will no longer be acceptable at U.S. ports, and the American people will deal another powerful blow to Putin's war machine.
The administration had been reluctant to take the step out of concern over soaring gas prices, but the White House has been under increasing political and public pressure to enact the ban. A new national poll shows the majority of Americans, around 71%, say they support the ban, even if it means paying more for gas.
As far as I'm concerned, gas prices are irrelevant. The only thing that matters is that we take a stand.
The European Union is not expected to follow suit. Europe relies on Russia for about 40% of its energy.
The United States produces far more oil domestically than all the European countries combined. In fact, we're a net exporter of energy. So we can take this step when others cannot.
National security officials tell CBS News the U.S. is documenting war crimes against Russia, including targeting civilians trying to escape, as well as those remaining in Ukrainian cities.
Russian forces are at the very least operating with reckless disregard for the safety of non-combatants, as Russian units launch artillery and airstrikes into urban areas, as they have done in cities across Ukraine.
Civilians attempted to flee Ukrainian cities under siege using newly established safety corridors.
Many more people are trying to flee, but can't get out of besieged areas. There continue to be reports of shelling by Russian forces on agreed-upon humanitarian corridors.
More than 2 million people have made it out of Ukraine since the war began nearly 2 weeks ago. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And the United Kingdom says it will phase out Russian oil from the UK by the end of 2022. Meanwhile, Russia says it may shut off the flow of natural gas to Europe in response to sanctions. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Julian Seawright has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. The sunshine sure is nice.
That's right. It is nice, and it is quite beautiful to start off our afternoon here on Tuesday. But on top of it, folks, we are going to be seeing temperatures just about normal around this time of year, but a bit chilly, as we are still seeing some of those winds around 10 miles per hour from the southwest. But since they are from the southwest, they are at least funneling us to be above the freezing point as of right now. We're going to see that just to continue throughout much of this afternoon. We'll be into the upper 30s and even knocking on the door of 40 degrees throughout the day, but expect breezy conditions as some gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour will be expected throughout the day. Now, as we continue to see temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 34 degrees in Madison and for Monroe and Watertown, for 36 in Janesville, and 32 degrees currently into Plattsville. As we take a look at our wind speeds, we can see breezy conditions throughout all of southern Wisconsin. All of us are into the teens or even into the upper teens as we are continuing throughout this afternoon. However, once again, temperatures will be rising into those upper 30s and knocking on the door of 40 degrees. So at least it's not going to feel too bad on the surface, but the wind chills, of course, will keep things a bit chilly. We'll keep an eye on this throughout the rest of today, but we're going to have more coming up in a few moments. Mark, let's go ahead and toss it back to you.
Just find a sunny window. That'd be nice.
That's right.
All right, Julian, thanks. We'll see you in a few minutes. UW-Madison leaders are issuing a statement after multiple reports of anti-Semitic incidents on or near campus. Specifically, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs Lori Reeser and Chief Diversity Officer LeVar Charles Charleston cited 3 incidents. A swastika was reportedly etched into a residence hall bathroom stall. Anti-Semitic slurs were reportedly yelled at a student on Langdon Street, and an individual reported being harassed for, quote, looking Jewish. The Minneapolis Public School District canceled classes today because of a teacher's strike. The strike affects around 29,000 students. Teachers are picketing for better wages, classroom size, and mental health support for students. District officials say they pledged to keep bargaining in hopes of limiting the duration of the strike.
They are driving families out of this district. They are driving educators out of this district, and we are here to intervene. We are reclaiming our schools because our kids deserve better and our city deserves better.
A strike was averted in neighboring St. Paul after a deal was reached with teachers late last night. A portion of Union Road in Oregon was blocked this morning after a crash. Dane County Sheriff's officers received reports of the incident just after 7:30. One vehicle was involved in the crash. 4 people were inside the vehicle, but their status is unknown, and it's unclear what caused the crash at this time. One person is dead. Several others are suffering from severe injuries after a 4-unit residence caught fire in Waukesha early this morning. A 50-year-old man died after being brought to the hospital with critical injuries. Fire officials add that 4 other residents, 2 adults, 2 children, were not hurt in the fire. Crews were called to the apartment around 1:25 this morning. 2 people had to jump from windows on the 2nd floor of the building. At this time, officials do not believe the fire started from, quote, criminal origins. Getting treated for COVID is going to get a whole lot easier thanks to a new Test to Treat initiative that kicks off today. People can now go to pharmacies or health centers to get checked out for COVID and get antiviral pills on the spot if needed. It's part of the Biden administration's National COVID Preparedness Plan. The plan also includes efforts to make sure people know new treatments are available and how important it is to get tested after symptoms start. The U.S. Capitol could reopen to the public soon. The consideration comes as mask mandates lift in Washington and around the country. It's been nearly 2 years since the pandemic shuttered the Capitol building to the public. Lawmakers are now working on how to safely reopen the complex. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
An energy and oil giant reverses course on its ties with Russia, and a free chance to write your name in the stars. I'm Diane King Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3.
Ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Any first item removed? Just $89.
During the Mattress Madness sale at Steinhafels, save big on all the best brands of mattresses at the best prices, in stock and ready for delivery. Like a Beauty Rest Black Queen mattress, starting at just $19.99. And you'll get $200 in Steinhafels cash. Get a Queen Tempur-Pedic for just $21.99 and get $200 in Steinhafels cash. And with Steinhafels special financing and free delivery, you can't make a mistake. It's the Mattress Madness sale. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
Now is the time to turn your dream into a reality with design and buy projects at Menards. Breeze through your project planning with ease using interactive tools that factor in the details that matter and get 11% off everything. If you're dreaming of a kitchen with an island for entertaining, a deck to grill up the perfect hot dog, or a post-frame building large enough to protect your prized possessions, what are you waiting for? Get a free estimate with instant pricing and buy your project today with Design and Buy at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, restoring normal and natural functionality where it counts most. Call now and receive an ultrasound. Your initial consultation all for free. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big Spring Thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 22%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 2 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our Spring Thaw sale. Save 22% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie, We are Wanakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Any first item removed? Just $89.
And about face by Shell, the energy giant is now pulling out of Russia and apologized for buying its crude oil last week. The UK-based oil company says it will shut down its service stations and other operations in Russia. Used car prices are starting to ease. According to Cox Automotive, wholesale vehicle prices fell 2.1% in February. That's down from a record high in January, but prices are still up more than 36% from a year ago. The auto industry has been grappling with a global chip shortage, which has forced car makers to limit production. It may be International Women's Day, but the gender pay gap has shown little improvement. According to business.org, women make about $10,000 less than men across the nation. Wyoming has the biggest wage gap, where women earn about 35% less than men, while Washington, D.C. has the smallest gap. And NASA wants to fly you to space, sort of. The space agency plans to launch its Artemis 1 mission later this year to help build a human presence on the moon. To celebrate, it's allowing people to submit their name online, and it'll be put on a flash drive aboard the Orion capsule. You get a boarding pass for the historic mission. There's no date yet, but NASA is hoping to launch the spacecraft in May. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 469 points. The NASDAQ up 247. The S&P 500 up 36. Well, next at noon, it's International Women's Day, as Diane King Hall just told us, but women in Ukraine are having a hard time celebrating. Plus, Pam Yankee has your latest egg numbers. And could more snow be headed to southern Wisconsin? Julian has the answer after the break.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
A trucking accident can be devastating and complex. Gingras, Thompson & Walk's law firm wants you to be informed. From the freight and trucking companies to the owner-operators, the liability can be unclear. Too many victims settle without understanding their rights. You need a law team like GTW, who has a history of winning cases with large settlements for victims, to investigate and advocate for you. Contact GTW lawyers for a free consultation. All in to win. Gingras, Thompson & Walks.
Those look nice. Now you can get 2 pairs plus an eye exam and lens upgrade for $79.
That's such a good deal. I can't take it anymore. It is Macula.
Yeah, we know.
Unbeatable prices without the drama. 2 pairs of free eye exam and lens upgrade, just $79.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture at Wanakee Furniture ETC, the #1 Smith Brothers dealer in the nation. That's right, per square footage, we sell more Smith Brothers than anyone else. So let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Time to grow your love for the great outdoors. We'll tell you about a new program on the UW campus teaching a variety of fun outdoor skills and activities.
And our quiet trend continues into Wednesday. We'll have the full forecast tomorrow from 4:30 to 7.
If you thought building a new home would be more affordable this year, think again.
It's just insane right now.
Eric Pronkey talks to local builders to find out what's driving up the bottom line on home construction. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this Tuesday. Lots of activity today.
Sunny Tuesday, yeah. Speaking of activity, I want to say thank you to the good folks at Rhodes Bakery up in Columbus. They manufacture frozen dough that is used for bread, for cinnamon rolls, which intrigued me. A lot of different products that you can pick up at your local grocery store, and I got a tour of the facility. Thank you to Joel and Charlotte and the rest of the good folks that were up there at Rhodes Bakery. Nice to get out and enjoy a little face-to-face contact. So we're talking still about how the market have been so very volatile in light of what's happening around the world. Today, we are seeing a major about face when it comes to wheat. For the past 3 days now, the Chicago Board of Trade has basically been expanding trade limits for wheat. The world is looking for wheat. You have to remember that in the Ukraine and Russia, over the course of probably the next 45 to 60 days, they would be harvesting their wheat. The world needs that wheat. If you're engaged in war, kind of tough to get those combines rolling, if you know what I mean. It's not just happening there. It's with all of agriculture in Russia and Ukraine. Transportation, dairy farmers there are dumping milk because trucks can't get to them, and the processors may shut down or have been part of the attack. So it's really disrupting that. And in the Ukraine, agriculture is about 20% of their GDP. So it is a big deal that's just not necessarily getting a lot of attention. Talked to one of my brokers this morning. He said one of the major areas that we're seeing an impact is in edible oils. That would be like soybean oil, canola oil. They are going to butter as a possible substitute in light of world supplies. That being said, today in Chicago, barrel cheese was up 4 1/4 cents at $2.07. 40-pound block cheese up 6 at $2.22 1/4. Double A butter 4 1/4 cents higher, $2.76 1/2 per pound. So, believe it or not, the dairy complex still very much in play, given the uncertainty on what's happening in that region.
And Aaron Rodgers news.
Oh, I didn't hear it. What happened?
He's signing 4 years, $200 million. Highest paid player in NFL history.
Let me just take that number in for a moment. All right.
So we got him back. We got him back.
We got him.
All right.
All right.
You make your day. Thanks, Pam. Yeah. Today is International Women's Day. It marks a day to recognize how far women have come socially, economically, culturally, and politically. It's also a day to celebrate and continue to fight for women's equality and take a closer look at what still has to be done to create a world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive. This day has been marked for more than 100 years. It started in 1911 and is now celebrated around the world. Tens of thousands of women in Ukraine are spending this International Women's Day as refugees. Tina Kraus tells us they're finding some strength in each other.
These Ukrainian women are facing a tiring and tearful journey out of their war-torn country.
It's very hard because I'm alone here and I have no support here.
But on this International Women's Day, volunteers are making sure refugees are feeling the love. This woman says the 8th of March is a beautiful day. We're so thankful Poland has welcomed us into their country. Katerina Pavlovna escaped the invasion with her 9-year-old son. She says Ukrainian women are the strongest in spirit. Everything will be fine.
We lost our life.
But Anastasia Kazankina is struggling to find hope.
It's very stressful now. That's all that I can say.
Many Ukrainian mothers are furious Russian President Vladimir Putin has torn their families apart. Victoria Maslovska is just trying to stay strong for her 10-year-old daughter, who wants to go back home.
They're my toys, they're my friends, and I don't know where my friends now.
These women are finding much of their strength from each other.
It's time to empower each other to do our best.
On a day meant to celebrate all that women have achieved. Tina Kraus, CBS News.
And the United Nations says the number of refugees from Ukraine reached 2 million today. Authorities say 3 wildfires raging in the Florida Panhandle have scorched thousands of acres. Crews fighting the flames are waging a tough battle as dry, windy weather persists. The largest blaze is the Bertha Swamp Road fire. As of Monday night, it had burned an estimated 14,000 acres and was only 10% contained. In total, the Forest Service says nearly 160 wildfires were active across the state, burning upwards of 18,500 acres. Now let's check back with Julian with a complete look at your forecast. No wildfires around here for now.
That's right. No wildfires for us right now, but we are looking at plenty of blue sky for us as we get our forecast rolling for our Tuesday afternoon. Just know temperatures are going to be pretty decent into the 34 degrees right now. So we're above the freezing point, even though it feels like it is still freezing as we have those south-southwesterly winds at 10 miles per hour. And we're going to be seeing those breezy conditions throughout much of this afternoon before they start to dwindle as we get into tonight. But temperatures around southern Wisconsin are not bad for a Tuesday afternoon. 36 degrees in Janesville, at 33 in Platteville, and even into Lone Rock and Mineral Point into those lower 30s as well. Many of us are into those low 30s, mid 30s right now. It's not too bad to start things off for us. However, we can see some of those gusting winds are mainly from Madison and to the northeastern side of southern Wisconsin for us. That's where we're seeing some of those stronger wind gusts starting to roll in for us as of right now into those lower 20s, but some areas like La Crosse are seeing around 30 miles per hour gusting winds for us. But just know we did have quite a headache in terms of commutes yesterday. Well, we are looking for no issues throughout the rest of this afternoon and going into the evening commutes at 5 p.m. We're looking for smooth sailing in our forecast for today and especially heading into tomorrow as well. But planning out today, just know the sun is really going to dominate our skies as temperatures will be into the upper 30s for us, could knock on the door of 40 degrees for us. And as we transition into tonight, we're still going to see those 30s until we get into the later part of tonight's, into the overnight hours where the colder air will start to roll in. One thing we are going to keep an eye on, however, are some flurries and some light snow. It's going to be trickling in from the northwest. They'll bring in just some isolated flurries to some areas into the later part of this evening. But it's going to fall apart as we get into tonight and overnight hours. Some clouds will be increasing for us, but it's going to be pretty quiet. As you can see, temperatures, once again, will be into those lower 20s by the morning commutes, and then we're going to warm up into the upper 20s, low 30s as we get into our Wednesday afternoon. But again, the theme here for the next day is that we're going to be seeing quiet conditions for us up until we get into about Thursday. So that's what we're going to be seeing here. Our snow chances are minimal, but still they're there for Thursday into Friday. But as we head into the weekend, we're looking to be drying back out. And this is what we're going to be keeping an eye on is for southern Wisconsin. Going into Thursday nights, we are looking for just a little clip of some light flurries or even some snowfall into southern Wisconsin, especially closer to the Illinois state border. And that will be carrying into our Friday morning, and then just one more small little system wants to roll in and bring a chance of some flurries or even some light snow into areas around Dane County and areas to the east later into our Friday. But then again, we're going to be drying out heading into tonight. So aside from our small chances of seeing some snow, well, we are also going to be looking at some more cold. As we can see more Arctic air rolling in for us as we get into the weekend. It's going to be like that until we get into Sunday. Then we're going to see some warmer air starting to roll its way in, and that's why we're going to see next week a bit more of some spring-like conditions for us. That's right, temperatures will be into the 40s and even into the 50s as we get into next week. Remember, we are going to be springing forward from Saturday into Sunday, so we are going to officially be losing that hour of sleep that we gained over into the winter, and we're going to get much more sunshine, Mark, which I'm excited for because that means spring is right around the corner, even if the temperatures and our conditions are not there yet.
And it's going to be light until what, 7:30 at night?
Yeah, so just adding another hour, so if the sun is setting at around 5 o'clock, it's not going to be setting around 6.
All right, something to look forward to, I guess.
Absolutely.
Not losing sleep, but the more daylight.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Julian, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Have you ever wondered what makes a 5-star restaurant 5-star worthy? Well, one taste of today's recipe and you'll understand.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Another injury claim.
Another denial.
What's the status of that car accident?
Denied it this morning.
Good. Not a fan of paying high medical bills.
Our doctor totally came through.
Good. Let's make sure we do the same thing on the next one.
Denying. It's what we do.
They called the loves of Huppy and Abraham.
Should we settle this one?
Call Huppy and Abraham right now. Tell the insurance company you mean business.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
From working out to catching up, and of course, game night, your home is the groundwork for all of life's awesome moments. This is Tom Coyle. My family and I say thank you. We're proud to have been a part of this community for 77 years. And during our 77th anniversary event, carpet installation is just $77. Coyle Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful, made affordable. Locally owned and operated since 1945.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
Have you ever wondered what makes a five-star restaurant five-star worthy? I have. And I've discovered that it all started back in 1921 when the Michelin Restaurant Guide introduced a star system for rating restaurants. These days, it's not uncommon for us to say that something is five-star worthy when it's really good, just like the recipe we're making today. We begin by dredging chicken breasts in some seasoned flour and sauteing them in butter. Once they're golden on both sides, we take them out, and in the same skillet, add some chicken broth, a bit of white wine, some mushrooms that we've quartered, a chopped tomato and onion. We'll let this simmer for a bit before adding the chicken back in and finishing it off with some chopped parsley. Once everything is heated through, just one taste and you'll know why we think this is five-star worthy. Maybe serve it up with some rice pilaf and some steamed or roasted broccoli, and you're good to go. To get the recipe for our five-star chicken, head over to our website. You might even want to print out the recipe so you always have it close by. It's that good. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a restaurant fancy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
And here's Julia now with one final look at the forecast.
That's right. Our final look at the forecast is looking pretty promising for us in the days ahead, but we just got to get there first. As we take a look at our 10-day forecast, this is what we're going to be seeing for the next couple of days. Temperatures will be in the 30s, a bit of a roller coaster, as upper 20s will roll back in for Thursday and Friday. And we are looking at potentials of seeing some light snow, mainly for areas south of Dane County, which will be closer to the Illinois state line. That could see about an inch or two of possible snowfall. But other than that, it's going to be pretty quiet as we head into the weekend, and 40s are going to be in our forecast, Mark.
All right, Julian, thank you. Thank you all for watching. We hope to see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.